All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that out there like that.
Hey, no problem. I've got a lot going on. I can't stand up or else we'd all be in trouble.
Producer Adam, what's up, brother?
Oh man, it's been a while, been some time, but here we are. We're back at it.
Let's go,
What's up,
buyers.
Jason Byers?
Welcome back, ADRL Nation. We are back to be back. Happy to be back. Back to be happy. However you want to twist it, it's all good. But we are
Yeah.
here. It's Thursday night, and we're making it happen again. I know everybody's wondering, hey, where you been? Adam, where we been? Been everywhere.
Feels like we've been to the moon and back, to be honest with you. Informationally wise, that's probably accurate. But
Yeah,
honestly, we have
absolutely.
been here and we have been hard at work.
Hard at work, to say the least.
Yeah.
To say the least. Feeding through a fire hose, right, brother?
Woo, amen.
Yeah. But it has been a while. We're glad to be back. We are coming back on Thursday nights. It's 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch here or watch on YouTube. Hey, got the crew watching tonight. Yeah. But we are happy to be back. I know some of you guys have tuned in on the Tuesday night Bet You Didn't Know podcast. That's fun. Hey, if you ever want to jump in and listen to some senseless stuff. Okay, real quick, I know this isn't race related, but I'll never forget this one, Adam.
Yeah.
So, but baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. In case you guys didn't know, that's the head singer making fun of his brother for stuttering. That's totally messed up, but it is true. It is absolutely true. So whenever you hear that song, know that it wasn't, an artist's take on a song. It's literally him making fun of his brother, which I thought was kind of messed up.
Oh, we talk about that and so much more. Don't stop believing in that podcast.
Oh yeah, don't stop believing. In case you didn't know, there is no South Detroit. In case you guys didn't know that, but we do have a lot of topics to cover tonight. Hey, we're glad to be back.
Plenty
of topics to cover tonight.
What's up, Carter Jackson?
And then from the shop, I know Carter Jackson's down there getting ready, getting that bad flag machine going. So, we're happy to be back. As you can see, it's Prince Adam and I, and we are missing a partner in crime. We were missing our partner in crime, one of my best friends and one of my boys. And I know that, so essentially tonight is going to go over a lot of information. We've been inundated with lots of questions, lots of concerns, and frankly, the podcast on Tuesday night doesn't necessarily constitute these discussions, but we wanted to make sure that we could address what we could. So we, are going to do that tonight. And moving forward, getting ready for Georgia Drags and this race season, it's a good time to bring this thing back. 2024, let's make it happen. Did you have a good Christmas, Adam?
Yeah, I had a good one. Had a good Christmas.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, had a good New Year's. Getting ready to see my niece for her 1-year birthday on Saturday. So that's
awesome.
Should be in California. So yeah.
Happy birthday.
Lots of good things going on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's jump in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So again, we are missing our partner in crime, and I'm going to be fully transparent here. It's a little different talking to myself, Adam. Though I'm glad you're in here to help the moral support.
I'm anchoring down the corner until we find that magical co-host, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it's good. This is an art. It's an art. So anybody that has a podcast where they just talk to the public by themselves through a camera lens, I have mad respect. Wes Buck, any of you guys that do that stuff, it's pretty rad. And, I have a high regards for you guys. But let's talk about Kenny. So let's jump right in.
Rip that Band-Aid off.
Let's just rip it off. So Kenny, our guy, our promoter, the GOAT of drag racing promoting, which is not by any means a stretch of the truth. As you all know or may not know, after Rockingham, Kenny became really sick. Big Head got super sick, and he was down for weeks and weeks and weeks. And, he was even contemplating mustering up the energy to jump on some podcasts. But literally, Adam, you would contest that he sounded like death for
you guys would
7 weeks, 8 weeks, if not longer. It was bad news.
It could have killed him.
Perhaps. Yeah. I mean, it didn't, though. So that says a lot. You would have thought he was going to.
Well, doing an hour podcast with the way that he was sounding, everything that he was going through, it would have been audio torture for the listeners, and it potentially could have been devastating for him. So
yeah,
it just was not an option.
No, it wasn't an option. So, we held back on Thursday night Adrenaline podcast with Big Head and the Fears, as everybody remembers it. We kind of held back from that, and we wanted to wait for Kenny. However, in the meantime, the train had to keep going, right? We had to keep marching on. We had 2024 happening. Kenny was bedridden per se. I mean, not literally, but
at times,
metaphorically. I mean, yeah, at times. And so Prince Adam and I took the reins, and we jumped right in, and we did what we had to do. Just
started shoveling coal in that train, keep it moving.
That's right. Just like any leader or badass wants to do, right? They're not just going to sit back and make excuses. So we had to do it. So as time went on, we were getting traction, and as we were still getting traction, momentum, and planning out the year. In the interim, while Kenny was kind of laid up, had some business opportunities present themselves to him. And eventually, after a few months, we had a great conversation, and we just decided, hey, man, look, here's the deal. I got the reins. Adam and I, and my mom, Bonnie, she's part of the crew, and my stepdad, Danny. And I was like, hey, we got it, bro. We're going to take it on. We're going to do this thing. At the same time, he had explained that he had some opportunities come to him. So it was almost like the universe was talking out like, hey, everybody knows they need to take advantage of an opportunity when you see it. Not everybody recognizes when there's an opportunity, but Kenny certainly does. We certainly did. And so we amicably just kind of was like, hey, man, I'm going to do me. Kenny's like, hey, I'm going to do me too. And, and that was it. So at this point moving forward, Kenny is on a mission, and Kenny being a badass, whatever he does. And frankly, I don't know exactly what Kenny's going to be doing. We hadn't talked about it much. But whatever he ends up doing, he's going to be the fucking best at it. And same over here. We got big shoes to fill. I have big shoes to fill. I'm not by any means ever going to say that I am a promoter like Kenny. I won't even try to put those shoes in. But what I do know is that I come from the entertainment industry per se. I'm a musician. I've been in bands. I've done shows. I've been around. I've done all that. I come from a long history of musicians, and had a great uncle that was in charge of the Grand Ole Opry tour way back in the day. And, they put on events all over the place. So I'm not new to it, but to this industry, I am new to it. However, very, very grateful to have met the individuals that we've met, surrounded by the support of the community and everyone's willingness to, see the new guy succeed, right? Everybody wants to help it continue and be great again, right? Because it went on a little bit of a hiatus. And just so everybody knows, I don't know a lot about the past of the ADRL. I've done a lot of research. I've been told a lot of stories. You hear a lot of things, but in the big scheme of things, it's like ignorance is bliss almost to a level. And all I know is I'm coming in. I want to make the most of it as a entertainer, as a entrepreneur, a businessman, a family man, somebody that, wants the best for the racing community and for the spectators
and of the sport.
The sport, everyone involved, from my family to everybody else, my personal family. So, we're working away at it. So we're going to continue to grind. Love Kenny so much, man. And shit, I know he's going to kill it, whatever he's doing. I'm sure one of these days we'll find out. And if you want to know what Kenny's doing, reach out to him. I'm not here to air anything that I think or might perhaps know or whatnot, but, in the big scheme of things, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. We're going to make it happen. And I've talked to a million people. I've probably put 450 hours at least into this thing since Rockingham. And everything happens for a reason. It's been a grind, right, man?
It's been a grind, but it just goes back to the, you've got that military background and you're used to the grind and wading through the suck. We know what's at the other end of it. So it's not been bad. It's been a grind, but it hasn't been grinding, if that makes sense.
It hasn't been grinding. It's super exciting. It's the unknown, but you can't be scared of the unknown because really the future is what you make it, right? So, you got to embrace the suck. I learned that in the Marine Corps. It's something I'll never forget. There's a lot of things that I took from that. And, just in my adult life, you know, if you approach everything like that and get comfortable putting yourself in uncomfortable positions and situations, it just builds character, builds grit, and you'll see more success in life from that. Leslie Jackson, your energy and passion were both evident in Rockingham. You were truly in your element. We're excited to see you with the future holds. Leslie, you were an awesome human. I'll just say that.
A great family.
Great family. You know what? In full transparent, you know, I do it's weird when you get older, how you might get a little more emotional when you watch shit. Like, you know, if I'm watching a movie with my kids and my wife and, you know, the kid's like, Dad, are you crying? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not crying. I don't,
Dusty in
I'm
here.
not fucking crying. I don't know what you're talking about. But at Rockingham, when Carter won, you know, he won his Iron Eagle, and you know, when I turned around and I saw the excitement on Leslie and Bobby's face, and just I can't even articulate it. I almost cried. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, look at that. You know, it's that feeling that you almost wish that every human had the opportunity to experience. You know, so awesome. Thank you, Leslie. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to see you guys again. But so I hope that so I'm kind of new to this page, but is Kenny involved anymore? Hey, you know what? Adam called this already.
I knew.
Adam did. He already knew. He's like, look, you're going to address it, and through the whole episode,
we're going to get hit.
People are going to jump in and ask questions.
It's all good.
You know, so without going into the entire story again, Kenny is not involved per se. Kenny is a level of support. Kenny knows so much about drag racing and the history and holding a tight event and everything there is to know about it. So in spirit, Kenny lives through me per se.
Kenny created the ADRL. I mean,
he's the founder of the ADRL.
I mean, come on. Associate Kenny from the ADRL, and
not by any means
history and past, and nobody's looking to do so. But
no,
you know, to your point, and like you kind of said before, to put a little Cliff's Notes version on it, you know, Kenny had an opportunity, took the opportunity. You've been the owner of the ADRL for, I mean, just over a year now. Am I right?
Yeah, about 15 months. About 15 months.
Yeah. Okay. So it was just one of those things, and just how it developed and went. And no, we wish him nothing but the best. And
well, of course.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. You don't have to say that.
I know, but you always have to say.
Yeah. Bid you adieu. Whatever that means. Piss on the past. Go make the future a blast. Outlaw Pro Mod Racing is the greatest show on earth. Piss on the past. You know what, man?
Make the future a blast.
That's a really bitchin' tattoo, actually. Somebody should get that as a tattoo. Piss on the past. Make the future a blast. No, I agree 100%, right? I agree 100%. And everybody, I'm sure you'll meet my mom in the future at the events. It's a family affair at this point, and you know, it takes a village to grow something when it's children, business, whatever it is. My mom's been a great support with all me and my siblings, all entrepreneurs. My brother, who's an actual doctor, and he's you know, and his business ventures. Mom's always been there. She's there to support. She loves us. And, you know, that's what moms are for. So and if you have a mom, call them, kiss them, love them.
So have we talked about the past enough?
Yes.
Can we get to what's coming up in the near future and the future?
Yes.
2024.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Let's talk about 2024 race schedule. And if you're wondering why I'm talking real slow, it's because I don't have my glasses on. So I'm doing my best to try to read this damn paper in front of me. But hey, you know, I'll make it happen one way or another. If I'm squinting, I know my mom's going to be like, why are you squinting? Put your damn glasses on. Oh boy. Anyways, so let's address the events that we have. So we have 4 events coming up. All right. It was 6. A couple have fallen off for whatever reason, and that's fine because everything happens for a reason. But we will talk about the schedule. So as everybody knows, we have Georgia Drags, number 8 Georgia Drags, and that's March 15th and the 16th. And that is going to be at beautiful SGMP, South Georgia Motorsports Park. What an awesome venue. Mm-hmm. Here recently, I've delved into a lot of the history of SGMP and the ADRL. And, man, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Actually, Adam and I were just watching some all right, buddy, we'll see you there, brother. Adam and I were just, as a matter of fact, watching some videos from from Georgia Drags, actually 2007, 2006. I forgot which one. There's a lot of them.
There was a number 6 in there, so 2000.
We watched a handful of them. And while we're on we'll get to that.
Yeah,
and then we have good old fashioned drag stock at Rockingham, and that's going to be September 13th and 14th. We'll be back at Rockingham. So looking forward to being there. That is really a cool venue. A lot of history there. We have Rocket City Drags October 25th and 26th at the Rocket City Dragway in Huntsville. So that'll be a really great event too. These are just great locations, great tracks, fast tracks. Then we had good old Drag Palooza at Extreme Raceway Park, November 15th and 16th. I'm looking for that. Really looking forward to that one as well. Hello from the 2005 ADRL Pro Nitrous world. Sorry, my camera's in the way of the notes there.
I know
the comment. I'm like, well, what's that say?
Oh, I can picture exactly what's happening, but yep.
Yeah. No, you know exactly what's happened. And you know what? That one is going to be interesting because when we were at XRP for Drag Palooza in June of last year, it was hot
when they were fighting
as shit and humid. And the water grains were high, and there were tornadoes and hailstorms all around us, but it didn't rain at the track, but maybe for about 45 minutes through a 3-day event.
Yeah.
And they were putting down some pretty good times, man. I mean,
they're putting down some
350s.
Impressive times in the later part of the evening. So I figure we get there middle of November.
Oh boy.
Come on.
Yeah, it's time to turn that wick up some. It's going to be pretty fast. But those boys run down there a lot, you know? So, I hope they unhatch it a little bit, unleash it, and let them run out.
Galen knows how to set up a track for that kind of thing.
Yeah, he does. Boy, they know how to prep a track out there at XRP, don't they?
It's prepped.
Not against anybody else, but holy shit, like literally, you know, our diver, he's walking out and takes a step, almost falls, pulls his foot out of the shoe, takes another step, almost falls, steps on his sock, pulls his sock off, almost falls, and then by the time it's done, you see shoe, sock, sole of the foot, and it was actually absolutely hysterical.
I was very close to that. That was the first time I ever stepped foot on a drag strip ever in my life. So we walked out there to talk to Galen that Wednesday or something before the event, and stood there for about 5-10 minutes, and I didn't know to keep my feet moving. And we go to turn, and it was almost a bad deal.
Yeah. Well, you know, you learn quick. You learned quick. So let's talk about Georgia Drags, shall we? That's GMP.
It's coming up quick.
Georgia Drags. First of all, I would really like to throw a shout out to Raul.
Great guy.
Man, what a super cool cat. He has been super supportive, extraordinarily helpful. Anything we've asked, I mean, literally we could call and ask him about anything, to do anything. Just the support level from that guy so far has been incredible. He's really turning SGMP around. If you haven't looked at what he's got going on, I mean, between the mud pits, I think he was talking about having a circle dirt track
here next week.
That's next week, right? His opening weekend. Yeah. His opening weekend. So he's doing a lot of great things, put a lot of money into the venue. Just overall, he's been doing a lot of stuff. Oh, there it is again. What's up, Brian?
Perfect time. Right on time.
So should we address this each time that it comes up?
We
Juniors ran great at extra. Oh yeah, they absolutely did. Yeah, 100%. Oh, you froze up for a second. I thought you were going to say something, but you.
I said, yeah, we may. I mean, we may as well just give kind of like I said, just the abbreviated Cliff Notes.
Yeah. So we explained at the beginning of the video how Kenny and I has Corey. What's good, man? Corey Ford. We explained, or we went into detail at the beginning of the video, how Kenny has an opportunity that he wants to capitalize on. While he was sick, we took the reins of the ADRL and kind of kept the train rolling. And so amicably, we kind of said, hey, Kenny's like, you keep doing that. I was like, I'm going to keep doing this. We're going to keep rocking this bad boy. And Kenny's like, I'm going to do this. I got a great opportunity. So I'm going to kick ass over here and do this. So it was a perfect, amicable destiny type thing, and if you want to know what Kenny's doing, I would say reach out to him. I'd sort of know, but I don't know. And I don't want to talk on behalf of, it's not really our place. So if you want to know, reach out to Kenny. I would say reach out to Kenny. Good evening, Nick. What's up, brother, man? Fridge. All right. So, so Georgia Drags, 15th and the 16th, Raul, and that venue is going to be bitching. I heard it's a pretty cool place. So, hey, come out. If you're anywhere around, you don't have anything going on that weekend, come out, enjoy the excitement. We have a feeling it's going to be pretty damn amazing. It's going to be amazing. Not only between the cars that are going to be there, the classes, other things that we're working on that are kind of a surprise, but until I don't ever want to overpromise and underdeliver. I will tell you this. There will be spectators, there will be cars, and it's going to be fun. However,
some great racing.
There's going to be some other stuff that may happen as well that'll just kind of kick it up a notch. That'll be super cool. And just a little hint, being a former Marine Corps veteran and knowing a lot of people in the military, I have some really cool shit happen.
Would it be fair to say that you ain't seen nothing yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. So if you don't know what that's about, rewind and listen to the beginning of it. We're
just doing 10-minute episodes from here on out.
Yeah. Just reels, 10-minute reels. That's it. That's all we're going to do. 10-minute reels, start over. Yeah. All right. So let's get back to Georgia Drags. All right. So we covered the track, covered Raul. Thanks again, Raul. Much love, brother. Let's talk about classes. Let's talk about classes, shall we? Everybody's wanting to know about the classes. If we hadn't already opened up Pandora's box with some of these classes,
we're going to try to knock out some of the frequently asked questions of the ADRL tonight.
Yes, we are. We're doing that, and we're going to try to stay on track by hoping we're not regressing and answering old questions that have been answered. All right, so let's start with the classes. So we'll be paying the top 8 of each class. So if you want to know, we're going to be paying the top 8 of each class. So we'll start there. Pro Extreme will be paying out a $15,000 total payout, $6,000 to the winner. Pro Nitrous is going to be a $15,000 payout and $6,000 to the winner of the Pro Nitrous class. The Extreme Dragster class, that has been, I don't know what happened with that class.
I haven't heard anything about that class.
I haven't either. Like, it just went radio silent. We announced it, and nobody's even talked about it. I don't even know what's happening.
Hasn't been on any podcasts or anything.
No one's chatting about it. It's strange. It's all right, though. I like it. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be fun.
So the Extreme Dragster class will have a $10,000 total payout, and it'll be $4,500 to the winner. And remember, we are allowing altereds in the dragster class. So, I don't know if anybody heard about that or if there's been any chatter. So if you know somebody who wants to come run, it'll be a good time. No nitro, please. I mean, it should go without saying that there's no nitro dragsters there, but please, no nitro. And we'll know. We'll know if you're mixing your fuel. We know what's happening.
Yeah, your fuel.
We know what's going on. You fuel fool. Don't make your fuel. Fool.
Mr. T is our tech director.
Yeah, I just don't have the gold chains on. Top Junior Dragster, $3,000 total payout, $1,250 to the winner, and Pro Junior Dragster, $3,000 total payout, $1,250 to the winner. All right, so we will most likely have a filler class, and it's going to be pretty cool. We have a few selections. We're working with Raul right now to fill that in, but it is going to be pretty bitchin', whatever class we decide to go to. So again, Pro Extreme, Pro Nitrous, Extreme Dragster with altereds, Top Junior Dragster, Pro Junior Dragster. All right, so 30,000-foot view. Anything else regarding those classes, we will release here in the near future. And feel free to reach out if you have any other questions.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned to the Facebook page, things like that. It's kind of where most of the latest information will come out. But now that the podcast is back up and rolling, this is also a great platform to be able to unveil the latest and greatest as it's happening.
That's right. And as we move forward towards the event, we'll have racers on to talk about it. I'm sure we'll have Raul on and a lot of other guys, and just kind of get everybody pumped for SGMP, because it's going to be great. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be lots of spectators, lots of cars, and lots of fun. Good energy. That's what it's all about. Energy, man. It's got to be entertaining. You got to have good energy, right? People want to come there. That's what it's all about, man. All right. Anyways, I digress. Ticket and camping prices. Buddy Plants asking about ticket and camping prices. So let's jump right into that. How appropriate. Adam, did you do that on purpose?
I did not, but thank you for getting my email, buddy, with my bullet points and following along.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me take a swig of some water here real quick.
No problem at all. I'll try to vamp as best I can.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. So this was not a popular decision to make on our end.
Not an easy one.
Not an easy one, not a popular one. In the big scheme of things, it was a lot of going back and forth. And so we have decided for SGMP, we're going to focus on SGMP. We have decided to adopt the spectator admission model for the event. Okay, so there won't be a price to park. However, there will be a spectator entry fee, and 12 and under are going to be free. Once we have those prices, which we do, we're going to have all of that as a pre-event sale. We're going to be using Mike and the Fote. If you're not familiar with Mike and the Fote, it's a very racing-centric ticket sale outlet or platform. And you want to talk about a cool cat, Adam. Mike has been
great to work
super
with.
Cool guy. I mean, you can call him at any time or come up with an idea. It's like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, he's super receptive. I mean, and usually, oddly enough, most of the ideas that you probably might come to him with, he's probably already considered and looked into. They are on top of their stuff over there. So
yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, me too. However, so we will have the ticket sales and prices out here soon. Again, 12 and under will be free. Then we're going to have a special discount for active duty military, of course, because they hold a special place in my heart. We know there's some military bases nearby, active duty members home on leave. We're going to spread the word and make sure we can get as many guys there as possible that are active duty, give them a special discount, give them some recognition. It's very important to me and to our country. So in case you didn't know, I'm a patriot, and I hope you are too. However, so that was not a popular decision. Donald Jackson will be coming back to the Rock in September
13th
and 14th.
Yep.
But again, it wasn't a popular decision. Frankly, the only reason that we had to, so just to give everybody a reason, and I don't feel like I have to explain myself in general, but I think that it is something, it's been a staple of the ADRL for so long, and it's sort of tradition to offer free tickets for an event. However, I'd like to sort of explain to everybody just so you can kind of get an idea, right? So I'm new to this industry per se, and after last year, the free ticket model didn't prove sustainable. It just didn't. And there's a lot of factors for that, guys, and I'm sure everybody's feeling it in their pocketbooks, their grocery bills, their gas prices, I mean, everything, right? So when you look at what it cost to print the amount of tickets that we needed to get the draw that we needed, it wasn't, didn't make sense. It just didn't. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't happening. We had a great turnout. If you ask me, the free tickets are successful. We just have to figure out how to make them successful. And in the 3 or 4 months that we've been at this, we have not nailed that nail on the head, hammered the nail on the head per se. We're close.
No, there is a way in a model that business of free tickets can work, and in the past that's been able to happen because of the partnerships that the ADRL has been involved with. We've got a little bit of the disadvantage right now to where we're working on getting all that up and going. So that's where, like Ryan said, this is definitely the model that we have to go with currently for SGMP. And boy, did we have plenty of hours of talk over this one.
Yeah, we've talked a tremendous amount of time. And so, again, with the increase of the cost of everything from fuel, what it costs to have the human capital to facilitate the free ticket model with the price of the tickets, on top of needing sponsorships and partnerships and all kinds of things. It just quickly was evident that a lot of things had to be retooled. So we're in the process of retooling. The mission is to absolutely make sure that it is a free ticket model. We're just bobbing and weaving right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just adapting. We're overcoming. We're doing what we got to do to make sure we put on a killer event. And we're going to evolve into what works best for us. So, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. I support the drag racing. I'll buy a ticket. Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate that, sir. So we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep working, and it's going to be an endless pursuit of making.
It's getting back to that model, because as much as that model, like you said, wasn't sustainable currently, that sustainably within our mission and vision of where the ADRL is going, that model of paid entry and getting back to free tickets, that's the sustainable model that we want to get back to, and we're going to.
Right.
That's
yeah. We are definitely going to get there. There's no doubt about it. It's just going to take some time.
Mm-hmm. So
as I learned in the Marine Corps, proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. There's no reason to settle for mediocrity. There's no reason to hurry up and do something. Slow is fast, folks. Slow is fast. It might sound counterintuitive, but it is absolutely the truth. It's just like anything. Start slow, keep going, build momentum, get faster. And that's another reason why I feel 4 shows is good this year, right? You got to crawl before you walk. That's right, Nick.
Amen. And, especially with the way that everything's gone and the way that everything's transitioned here recently with the separation and with Kenny going his way, just to reiterate to anybody else that might ask within the next minute.
Yeah.
Going his way and us going this way. This is the best model and the best way to keep the ADRL going and to get to make the ADRL, great again.
Right. That is the mission. We are on a mission this year to make the ADRL great again. Read that into however you want.
Yeah.
We're here to make the ADRL great again. So yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse or turn an anthill into a mountain. However, this is the current model. We're using it for SGMP. It's going to be fine. It's going to be amazing. It's still going to be a great event, and then we'll move on from there. For parking, there will be VIP parking. If anybody wants to come, there's going to be VIP parking, and there are plenty of campsites available. RV camping, tent camping. If you want to sleep in a mud pit, they got that as well. Thank you, Mr. Evans. Yep, that's right, sir.
Failure is an option.
Failure is not an option. And I've heard that people have said that in the past, but it takes a certain individual to say it and mean it. You can give lip service all you want, put a little pressure on somebody and see who falls by the wayside, right? See who buckles. That's really where you make a man of somebody, is put them in the hot seat, throw them in the water when they can't swim, see what happens. You're going to drown, you're going to make it, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Adapt and overcome.
Are you a witch or are you not?
So yes, so that's that. So we're excited. SGMP is coming up. It's got some amazing classes. The dragster class is going to be pretty fantastic. I really was shocked by the amount of feedback we've been getting about that class.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
It was just something, you ever do something and it just worked really well and you're like, whoa, what just happened, kind of deal?
Yeah, it happens from time to time. Yeah.
What I meant to say was that was very strategic and we knew exactly what we were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Everything worked out.
Don't think we don't know.
According to plan. And
to plan. Proper prior planning. Remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that. No, but we have been getting lots of great feedback. I just want to reiterate again. I appreciate everybody and their support, from Kenny to the racers, to the track owners, to future sponsors. PRI was awesome. Friends, family, everyone, man. It's been incredible. And frankly, without everybody, I don't know just how fast we would have gotten traction with all this. I think the learning curve would have been a lot slower, but it's great because I feel like I'm feeding through a fire hose, but I can like
Mhm.
hand it off to people every once in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of delegation as much as we can. We're getting better at that.
Yeah,
But
appreciate
yeah,
it, Adam.
we're trying. But no, it's been amazing that the fact that the people that we've talked to, everybody that we've talked to has been nothing but supportive, nothing but helpful, nothing but honest. And that's really the best thing. I don't need somebody calling me up
Yeah,
and saying, "Oh, you guys are doing the greatest thing," but they're actually authentic with it and have receipts, like we like to say, to
yep,
back up their statements and feelings. So
for sure.
it's been amazing the amount of support that we've been getting, and then the fact that we kind of had to jump into this a little bit unexpectedly or unplanned in a way. We didn't have the vast Rolodex, we'll call it, for all you kids who would know what a Rolodex is, with all the contacts of people, but the
Jackson, ask Leslie or ask your mom and dad what a
yeah,
Rolodex
what a
is, buddy.
Rolodex is.
Yeah.
Um, so to be able to reach out to Raul, and for him to give a number or be so
I
willing
mean,
to
look,
say,
man,
"Hey,
we've
I know this person, this person, this person. Give this person a call. I'm going to send this person your number." And we've been nothing but on the phone, but that's been the best thing and the best way possible.
we've been on the phone at least. Kenny, there he is.
What's
What's
up,
up, my
Kenny?
brother? Yeah. What's up, brother man? Oh, I'm so glad you're listening, dude. Um, so you're 100% right. So when you talk about I'm proud of all you, it's a learning curve. Yeah, well, look, man, again, we can't do it without you guys, again, I mean, just think about everybody. I couldn't even begin to. So let me organize my thoughts. When we got into this and grabbed the reins
Hmm.
and had to just start somewhere, right? It was like, okay, I know a handful of racers, but I don't know a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I don't have the tenure like Kenny did to just pull his phone out and call every ADRL world champion over the past 20 years out of his phone and just make phone calls. I mean, he's best
Right.
friends with everybody from Roy Hill to, I mean, you name it. I mean,
It
he's
goes on.
Ricky Smith. The list goes on and on, right? So, with Kenny's help and calling other racers, right? And so then we're calling pro nitrous guys. We're calling pro extreme guys. Reister's helping us out. Bubba Stanton's helping us out. I'm calling Clyde Scott and Galen and Dan and Al. And what's up, Mark? I mean, I could literally go on, and they're like,
I
here,
could
call these
I could
guys.
give you a list.
I bet that book is full by now, bro.
Oh my god, I gotta
Oh
get a
yeah.
new notebook.
And you know what? And the support has been incredible, man. It really has. And so, I'm privileged to be in this position now and take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of it. But yeah, the networking has been awesome and getting super great feedback on all the posts from everybody, man. I don't know who half of these guys are. I'll talk to one guy and they're like, "Oh man, do you know who that is?" And no, man, I don't. I feel bad that I don't. And then of course I go and I Google it and I'm like, oh, I got you, 4-time world champion. Huh? Makes sense. Bring me in, Prince. I'm lonely. Kenny's lonely. You can't be lonely, man. Between your wife and beautiful kids. Where we at? Can you throw him a link?
I can.
Throw the man a link. Thought that's what you were doing.
No, kicking that out. I'm doing as usual. I'm doing more than one thing, but
How long
yeah,
we've been talking? We still got some time.
yeah, we're good. Yeah,
We
you
got as long as we need.
going. I'll take care of this.
Yeah. So, the networking and getting to know everybody and, making phone calls and talking for hours and the history. And man, it's just been so awesome. And, the help from the track owners. So again, it's been a pretty awesome experience, from support wise. So yes, I mean, even down to guys like Bubba Corzine and, Rick Moore. And I mean, again, the list goes on and on and on. So, I appreciate all you guys and much love. Even a good buddy of mine, let's see, just get the badasses on the property and the fans will come. Then they will keep some racing and family-friendly environment. That's right, Steve. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, in the big scheme of things, that is the goal. I'd like to throw a shout out to two former business partners, Mark Govro and Chris Green.
Green Machine.
Green Machine, Govro. Chris Green has been super helpful, just helping me find and navigate a few paths that will be very beneficial to the organization. And then Mark, who has a very similar mindset as me. We both have visionary type mindsets, and we, our brains, we got Ferrari brains, we got ProMod brains with Pinot brakes. I mean, that's about as best as I can articulate it. ProMod brains and Pinto brakes. So it's hard to slow it down and keep on track sometimes without your brain getting scattered. Mark's been a huge help, a bit of a mentor, because I know he's dealt with that in previous companies. And so I appreciate you, Mark. So Green and Mark, appreciate you guys. And then, of course, my mom, Bonnie, and Danny. And, Mom's been super helpful, reaching out, doing a lot of stuff with the partners and finding things and helping facilitate, putting us in touch with marketing companies and marketing strategies and
demanding deadlines and
deadlines. What's the deadline? Well, I mean, we got a lot of deadlines. Well, do it. Okay. Yes, we get it. We get it.
Yeah, we get it done.
And we get it done. Where's Big Head at? Is he on here? Did you send him a link?
Yeah, it's been sent. So I'm just waiting for him to pop up back in the green room.
Where's he? I'm just waiting. I'm anticipating. Hope he's doing well. I haven't talked to him in probably a week, at least.
It's been a few days, at least, I think, since I've heard any confirmation or updates or anything like that from you. So yeah,
it's weird. I can't believe that it's already been like 2 or 3 weeks since we talked to Chris and Amanda Hoover about coming out to their shop, and
I'm looking forward to that
content, hanging out. Like 2 weeks ago, that was supposed to be this week, and then all the shitty weather happened, and now we postponed it the next week. And but I can't wait to hang out with those guys.
No, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a lot of things that we've got in the works and in the pipeline coming up.
Yep. There's so many things that I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not even going to bring it up. Not even going to bring it up. Another shout out to Larry Thomas, very dear friend of the family's. I know Big Head's met him. A lot of folks have met him when he's been in town, but he is a West Point graduate, a highly decorated Army officer. He was a Apache helicopter commander. After that, after his retirement out of the Army, as a commander, he moved down to Huntsville, Alabama, where he worked with a company basically rehabbing old fighter planes, bombers, stuff like that. As well,
if you're using an iPhone, you're going to have to enter through using Safari.
But Larry's been an integral help, helping reaching out to the bases, the military bases, and stuff like that as well. So, Larry, appreciate you, brother. If you're watching, much love, man. Ellis. Talking about Ellis, boy, I had a lot of conversations with Ellis as well. Man, he's a wealth of knowledge. That guy,
I'm telling you,
dude. I'd love so many guys that I've met, man. So many people, so many racers. This was fantastic.
Yeah, it's been quite the experience, meeting a lot of new people.
Yeah. So, what do you think about this dragster class, Adam?
I don't know.
There he is. What's up, brother? Hey, what's happening? Oh my gosh, I don't think you've ever looked skinnier, bro.
Never.
That face, man.
Never. Look at it.
Oh, you're smiling.
My body fat is just almost non-existent. I'm just a lean, mean machine.
Look, you can see it in your neck. You can see it in your face.
It's everywhere. It's just I'm jacked. I'm ripped. We got all kinds of things.
Got the family. What's up? Oh, little man's asleep.
Hey, Dax, he's out. And then we got Popcorn. Everybody say hi to Popcorn.
Hey, Popcorn.
Let me tell you what happens when you leave Popcorn at a hotel and you drive 263 miles, and then the person that needs Popcorn, aka Dax, wakes up. You drive 263 miles back to the Hampton Inn.
No way.
There he is. Yep, that's him. So ironically, wearing my Richmond Raiders t-shirt, supporting the Richmond County home of drag stock. So
yeah, baby.
I just wanted to take a minute. First of all, you guys are doing a kick-ass job. I love the background. It's like between two ferns there. You just got to put one of them together.
Yeah, that's right.
But in all seriousness, it was ironic. I put up a post, and evidently someone sent me a message saying that my post went up when you guys went live. So there's the universe again and the kindred spirits. But
it is aligned. It's woven. You and I have woven our antenna signals, my man.
absolutely, we have. And so just to put it to bed, as I'm sitting in bed getting ready to call it a
No
day.
pun intended.
Yeah, absolutely. After being as sick as I've ever been in my adult life, and thank God, as I put in my post, and thanks everybody that reached out and that called and messaged and Facebook messaged and Instagram. Anyway, I digress. I couldn't have gotten through it, wouldn't have gotten through it without them. You know the extent of what I've been through since I woke up Sunday, October 1st, literally the day after Dragstock.
I do. It wasn't my place to say anything about it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And you know, I'm a private person when it comes to that stuff. I have to be because of my role over the last 20 years. You know, I was thinking over half of my adult life. It's crazy to think that the ADRL has been a part of my life for over half my adult life. And as I told Jess when you and I talked, and I was thinking about stepping away, you know, when you're sick and when you're at your lowest low, you have a unique opportunity to gain perspective and to really, it sounds cliche, but to really focus on what's important and what matters to you. And I just need to strengthen my relationship with my Lord and Savior. I need to spend more time with my family, and there's opportunities, and there's good things coming. But as I said in my post, you know what? We're brothers. We're always going to be brothers.
Amen.
The ADRL's in good hands. I
Thank
know
you.
that it will thrive. As we've said since we talked initially about the idea of doing something together, failure's not an option. So I can finally step away from the ADRL after 20 years. You know, again, over half of my adult life, I have spent working and thinking and growing and navigating and cultivating and so on. I know it's in good hands. And that allows me the peace of mind to pursue other opportunities and to do other things and not have to look over my shoulder and worry whether or not my baby's being taken care of. I know that it is, and I know that it's going to do great things, and I'll continue to support it. And to anybody that wants to, you know, create the proverbial false narrative, which is a big thing in this world today, right? No matter what
Yeah. No, it sure the hell is.
a news cycle or in our world of drag racing, just put it to bed right now. I've loved the ADRL since day one. Listen, if I could root for the ADRL when McLovin was, I'm not even going to say running it, when he was attempting to run it. And if you don't know who McLovin is, you can
I don't know who McLovin is.
I mean, you just Google McLovin and you'll see the picture. You remember McLovin from
What was the movie?
what was the movie? Super Bad. Yeah,
Super Bad.
Flying driver's license.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a doppelganger for a chassis builder from Hawk Point, Missouri. You'll have to Google it because if I say his name out loud, I'm going to regurgitate this really good meal that my wife prepared for me.
Oh, okay.
And so don't want to do that. But it's suffice to say that even then I was rooting for the ADRL. Listen, the ADRL was a concept that I had when I was overseeing, administrating, and handling everything related to the NHRA AMS Pro Mod Challenge back in 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when we started the ADRL in 04, Fears, it was literally a dream that I had, a recurring dream that I had. And my buddy Rod Burke with Burke Designs and I get together and come up with this kick-ass logo. And before you know it, AJ Ash, John Spar, and myself are down pulling off drag stock. And thanks in large part to Richard Small, there would have never been. It's amazing how one man's support and Dave Wood and Tommy Leeper deserve the lion's share of the credit. Not only did they make an investment with their capital, but they made an investment with their time and with their passion. And they both had hugely successful companies. And several of them that they were overseeing and taking care of that had generated their enormous amount of wealth. They could have invested in anything they wanted to, and they chose to invest in some kid from St. Charles, Missouri, that all he ever wanted to do was work the water box at I-55 Dragway in Peebly, Missouri. That's all I want. Like, greatest job at 4 and 3 and 5 years old. I just remember looking through that chain link fence thinking, if I could ever do that one day. If you'd have told me 20 years later that I would have made relationships with my heroes, the likes of Bill Coolman, Tricky Ricky Smith, Uncle Roy Hill, who's arguably one of my closest friends and confidants on the planet, and to be able to be in business with amazing people like Dave Wood and Tommy Leeper and Larry Jeffers. But there's a guy that I can't not mention, and that's Richard Small with Flowmaster, the then executive vice president of marketing. Dragstock was just going to be a once a year deal. Okay. It was just going to be a deal where I continued to run and grow the AMS Pro Mod Challenge, which was growing every year and by every measurable. If you would have told me in 2004 that within the next 5 years, the ADRL would have been the second largest drag racing sanctioning body in history, and that's with all due respect to the previous iteration of the IHRA. The IHRA is on more solid ground than they've ever been. And with Larry Jeffers at the helm, as I said, with you at the helm of the ADRL, with Glenn Cromwell at the helm of the NHRA, and with Larry Jeffers at the helm of the IHRA, drag racing's sitting in a really good position here. What Tommy and Judy Franklin and Tyler Crossnow and their team have done with the PDRA, DuckX Productions, what Wes Buck's doing with the Pro Superstar Shootout and the World Series of Pro Mod, I dare say right now, drag racing is in the best position that it's probably been in my lifetime. And that's a pretty bold statement. But I go back to Richard Small, because Richard Small with Flowmaster saw something at that first drag stock event at Carolina Dragway way back in 2004. And he said, when can you be in Santa Rosa, California? I think we need to do more than one of these next year. Now, I didn't know what the number was going to be, but my answer to him, this was on a Sunday afternoon, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll catch red eye to San Francisco, drive the one right up to Santa Rosa. So I did. And when he and I sat down, the then president of Flowmaster, Bill Ryder, he got the board on board, and the board on board. The board was
on board
while they were on the board.
Yeah.
At any rate, he got them excited, and before you knew it, we were off to a 6-race 2005 tour, visiting some tracks that you're going to get to go back to this year: Valdosta, South Georgia Motorsports Park, Raoul. I hear nothing but great things about. Dave at Huntsville Dragway or Rocket City Dragway now.
Yeah, super cool guy too.
Was just having a conversation earlier about the GOAT of all promoters, and forever the first face on that Mount Rushmore, George Howard, and everything that he was able to do, including having a hugely successful ADRL event back in the day. So returning to Clyde's Palace of Speed down there in Ferris, Texas, then of course Dragstock in Rockingham, right here in Richmond County.
Good old Richmond.
Yeah, the Richmond Raiders. So look, I think you guys I know you guys are going to be hugely successful. I didn't want to come on and sort of take away from you guys doing your first episode.
It's all good, brother.
As I was sitting here, a close friend of mine called, and it's like, bro, you got to call in. You got to say something. Everybody's wondering. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you're right. The fans, the ADRL Nation, the people the diehards that have supported us, and I'll use Jason Byers, Nick Rabe, Carter Jackson. There's Tisha, the sort of core group, Roy Lavender, and I could just go on and on and on. Brian McClellan, so many others. That they're the real foundation. ADRL Nation, they're the 4 pillars. And I say not them individually as people, but ADRL Nation, they're the pillars that hold this thing up. And you know, with the great racers that participate under your great leadership, that those skills that were honed on the battlefield, fighting for our country, which, as I do every time I talk to you, I thank you for that service. And Semper
Appreciate
Fi,
that, brother.
just continue to do what you guys are doing. The sky's the limit. And as a drag racing fan, I'm thrilled and excited if things go well over the next couple of days, health wise, and I can get cleared. I'm going to try to get down to Bradenton to the US Street Nationals and watch one of the most badass pro mod shows on the planet. So, you know, if not, I'll be watching it on Flow Racing, like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other people. So,
Yeah, I can't wait to see you, brother. I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. And again, just stay the course, man. You guys know what's up. And hey, you learn from the best.
That's right. Hey, man. Kenny, I appreciate you, your support, man. I appreciate just in general. Anytime I call, any questions I have, I mean, it's a tremendous value, man. And again, I can't fill your shoes, but I can certainly take the torch and run with it. And we're going to make it happen, brother. Make it happen for you in the history of the ADRL. And we're going to grow this thing to be badass again, man. You know it.
So with that, I'm going to let you guys close it out. Big head out for this episode. You guys have a great rest of the show. I'll be watching. And ADRL Nation, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. They've been an amazing 20 years. And I walk away now with my head held high. And I know that that this thing's going to continue to grow and go forward. And nothing but the best. So love and respect. And I'll talk with you guys soon. Prince Adam, keep an eye on our boy.
Love you, man. Love you, Kenny.
Love you guys. Later.
See you, brother.
Yep.
So I guess you probably weren't able to jump in there while Kenny was on. I was like, oh, I know there's a technical difficulty there.
It had all three of us on the screen at the very beginning, but it scrunched us down to vertical, and it almost made me want to throw up. So I just said, I just didn't want to look at this. I can't look at myself like this.
Well, that was great, man. I'm glad we're able to get Kenny on and talk with our brother, man. So hey, it was good. Good first podcast back. Hey, indeed. We don't have a name for this yet. We did have adrenaline. You know, I hate that we could continue using adrenaline, but I think that's very synonymous with Kenny. And, you know, we could continue to use it, and I don't have a problem using it, but it's just not the same without Kenny, right? Because it was adrenaline, the podcast with Big Head and Fears. And I don't know, we're just going to, I think we'll come up with something. It won't nearly be as creative as what Kenny typically comes up with. However, it's going to be good. If anybody has any ideas for the name of the podcast, let us know. Message in, email it to Adam, or should I say down there or over here? How's this work? Yeah. Down over here for hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, if you have any questions, email Adam. Live director, use ADRL podcast. It's funny you said that because that is what we called it, the ADRL podcast. Adam's like, well, it'll work for now. So Rex, I appreciate that feedback. Yeah. We'll just call it ADRL podcast. It seems don't need a clever name. That's, hey, you know what? I agree. I believe that as well. Johnny Pilcher on next week. Yeah. You know what? I talked to Pilcher for the first time last week, and what a super cool dad. Johnny Pilcher and his dad are going to be out there at SGMP running the wheels off of their machine in the Pro Nitrous class. So look forward to meeting them guys. And we got a lot of other guys stepping up for this Pro Extreme and Pro Nitrous class and Extreme Dragster class. So Face Your Fears podcast.
Can't use that one. That's treading a little too close on some already copyrighted stuff. Stay tuned.
Oh, really? Stay tuned. But as of right now, we'll just call it ADRL podcast. If anybody has any feedback, feel free to let us know. But hey, much love, ADRL Nation. Thanks for tuning in every Thursday. Join us, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Here on Facebook soon, or if not now, we're able to take We appreciate all the support we can get. And one way that you can show your support for not just the podcast, but for the ADRL, most importantly, in ADRL Nation and in our series is on Facebook. Now we have the option for you guys to give us stars, or you can give stars for support of the ADRL. And Adam, do you have more insight on how that works? I think essentially for like next to nothing, you can get like 20,000 stars or 100,000 stars, and then you just kind of, throw them at us, kind of like well, I don't know. We might have children on here listening, so I can't.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
we know at least Carter is, and I already feel like I'm in trouble with Bobby. I got a punch in the face coming in the future. So these Bet You Didn't Know podcast.
But hey, you are able to show support by giving stars, and if you're not sure how to do it, I think it's pretty easy. Just look it up. I wish I could give you a tutorial on how to do it, but I don't know how to do it myself. Are you Googling it now?
Google will let me Google. So yeah, as soon as I find some more information on that, we'll definitely get it to you. But yeah, it is an option. It's a way of kind of supporting the content and stuff that we've got going on here at the ADRL network and the ADRL channel and just the ADRL in general. So
yeah, absolutely. So show all the support that you can. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you guys. Look forward to next week's podcast and the build up for this race series this year. This Georgia Drags. And we'll be releasing, less than 60 days. And we'll be releasing more information as we go along. The feedback from the racers is they don't want to hear about things right before the race. They don't want changes. They don't want things changed up just before the race. It's super important for the racers themselves to know plenty ahead of time what the expectations are. So we're outlining them. We're working with the best of the best to get that outlined and get that out to everybody. I mean, it's not going to be anything different than it's ever been for the ADRL. But it feels like, Adam, that there's a lot of new blood, new racers coming into the organization, and maybe they don't quite understand what Pro Extreme or Pro Nitrous or Extreme Dragster is. So historically, nothing's changed, maybe a couple times over the past 20 years, but it's all the same. And we'll make sure to reiterate all that for everybody.
Yeah, we'll break it down, especially as episodes come and we get closer to the event itself. With this being the first episode back with so much to cover in 2024, there's no way to get into the minutia of everything that we could and will talk about. But yeah, as the podcast keeps going on and through social media, we'll have information about that. We've got an upcoming merchandise line that's coming out soon. We'll have some more information on that. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the works and a lot of stuff that's right at the cusp of cresting the levee for a flood of ADRL.
Yeah, that's right. And remember, we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So we'll release the information as it comes along, and it's going to be fantastic. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate you, man. And we do want to make it the greatest show on earth. I mean, growing up for me, Barnum and Bailey's, I mean, that was a pretty awesome thing in the 70s and 80s. And this is the greatest show on earth. I remember going in and getting the program and like, oh my God, this is so cool. And we want that same excitement. I mean, that's the mission, right? That's the vision. We want that same excitement. It's no different than when I was 5 or 6 years old going to the dirt track near my grandma and grandpa's house. And the first time watching these dirt cars go around the track and getting dirt thrown in your face, and the smell and all of everything about it, right? It's like sensory overload. Well, that's the goal here, right? Isn't that the goal in the big scheme of things?
It's an experience.
Have an experience.
It's more than just a race
for kids and families, and for the racers themselves, and for the track owners. Like, it needs to be a big deal, and it needs to be fun, and that is our mission, and that's what we're going to do. And that's the bottom line. So we're looking forward to doing it for you guys. But love you. Tune in next Thursday, 7 p.m., not 7 a.m.
I'm not doing 7 a.m.
No, I will if I have to. That taps into my polar plunge morning, my workouts. But 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday nights. Tune into the ADRL podcast. We appreciate everybody joining in. Much love. I'm Dr. Fears.
I'm Adam.
And peace and chicken grease. We'll see you guys next week on the podcast. No, don't say it.
I'm not. I can't.
Not on this one,
man. You know how tempting that is.
No, don't do it.
I just want to tell everybody that they should all just